Great. Hi, welcome everybody to another unboxing video at the Hatfield Public Library. There's going to be some teen books today. My name is Hannah Paisel. I am the youth librarian and
I'm Amber.
We've got some great teen books to unbox, so let's check them out. Amber, you want to go first?
Yeah, let's start with A Peculiar Peril by Jeff VanderMeer. I really like this. I really like the cover. I don't know if you can tell, but it's like, oh, in the back it says, warning, this book is not normal. There's a giant moth, a head, an eel, vegetables you will meet and can talk. What?
He's cool.
Filled epic. I don't recognize the name.
He wrote Annihilation. They made a movie out of it not that long ago.
It says for fans of Neil Gaiman and Patrick Rothfuss.
Yep. So usually does science fiction. He does like a little kind of, I don't know, it's a little dark sometimes. But
the name of this, it's probably backwards for you. It's Please Die on Our Fine Selection of Dragons.
Die or dine?
Die. D-I-E.
Oh. No thanks.
Nope, it's a typo, so.
A Peculiar Peril. Cool. That sounds awesome. Okay, so I have a book by Elizabeth Acevado. She's a great author. She wrote The Poet X. This one's called Clap When You Land. Some of her books have been in poetry form, and this is no exception. She's super great. Poet X won a lot of awards, I think. It definitely got a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
Oh, and With Fire on High, that's another one that she's written that has really been published to great acclaim. So if you like her, this will be exciting.
Cool. The State of Us. Oh, it looks so lusty. Look at this picture on the front.
Ooh, smoochy.
So smoochy.
For love.
Oh, a teen named Dean. His mother decided to run for president. But then nonstop scrutiny. Oh, but her son So it looks like there's a lot of opposition, like opposing political sides, and it gets personal, like it always does. It's also a star-crossed romance, so I think that's the State of Us.
Awesome. That looks good. Oh, okay. Category 5.
I don't like those creepy hands. Do you see those?
No, that are like clouds.
Yeah.
From Anne Cardinal, Dalvila Cardinal. When the storm died down, they rose up. So this takes place on the island of Puerto Rico, the main island, and it's after Hurricane Maria. Let's see. Paradise turned hunting ground for something angry that the storm revived. So Lupe, Javier, and Marisol are back to investigate a series of murders that follow in the wake of destruction and in the shadow of a mysterious new threat. So we have a supernatural thriller.
Wait, it says they're back. Is this a second in a series?
Maybe. It looks like she wrote a book called 5 Midnights, which looks kind of, that's the cover there. I don't know. If you like supernatural thrillers, you may have just found a new author.
That sounds really interesting, like very unique for a teen book right now.
Yeah, and kind of topical. Hurricane Maria was a big deal.
I was going to say it reminds me of the idea of Stephen King's The Mist, that short story that he did. With something like some kind of monster comes out of a mist.
Right. Cool.
Again by E. Lockhart. If you could live your life again, what would you do differently? Interesting premise.
I like the cover.
It's a romantic story about human connection, forgiveness, and the person who wrote If I Stay has like a little blurb on here, so I wonder if it's like a similar, what would you do differently?
Oh, right. So it seems like a romance with slightly heavier themes.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, check out that cover. Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Bashardoust, maybe, or Dost, has this white snake. And it says, sometimes the princess is the monster. So my guess, let's see. Oh, a princess who is cursed that her touch is poisonous. I feel like I have read things like this.
Hey, there's definitely something that sounds so familiar.
Maybe a fairy tale that is like this is a remake of, maybe. So she's hidden away, safe in her gardens, but then her twin brother is getting married, so she has to decide whether to go or not. But there's a demon who holds the knowledge about like how to manage her poison. And there's a young man who isn't afraid of her. And so what will happen? Sounds intriguing, a nice fantasy.
Sounds like it has some romance in it also.
We like little romance.
I'm guessing this also has romance in it. It's called Bone Crier's Moon, but look at this cover.
Ooh.
Okay, right.
Interesting style.
Bone Criers have a sacred duty. They alone can keep the dead from preying on the living. What?
Ugh.
This is about a goddess, an underworld. So a little darker. Friends, betrayal, romance, and very kind of creepy.
So did you read that book, The Bone Houses? I think it was on the new bookshelf for a while. It was pretty good, and it also had to do with like the dead who never stayed quite dead. Sounds a little similar.
We're talking like zombies or something more sophisticated.
Something zombie-ish. Yeah. All right. Here we go. A James Patterson book in the teen realm. Little different from the other ones he's done. This one is called Hawk. Says first came Maximum Ride, and then I guess this. And James Patterson co-wrote this with Gabrielle Charbonnet. And luckily, the apocalypse is over. And welcome to the new world. So this seems like a story that's a little bit fantasy. 10 years ago, a girl with wings fought to save the world, but then she disappeared. And now she's a fading legend, but she doesn't know who she is or where she came from. And it sounds like these stories do overlap with the Maximum Rides stories that he's written.
I don't know anything about those. I don't know anything about the Maximum Ride. Are they supernatural also?
It sounds like it. So I guess this is the first one, Maximum Ride by James Patterson. Looks interesting, actually.
Next is All the Things We Never Knew. I'm guessing it's about sports.
Oh, fun.
A story about first love, deep secrets, and the fate we create, which is technically the opposite of fate. Yeah, high school basketball tournament, love that's meant to be, but is it history or destiny?
That's nice. It's nice to see more sports books that have some depth to them and a little variety to the entry points.
Agreed.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Ooh. My Calamity Jane. This is by a lot of people. Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I guess they wrote something called My Lady Jane. So Calamity Jane. Oh, yeah. So My Lady Jane and My Plain Jane. So this must be part of a series as well. I don't know that we have the other ones in this series.
They don't sound familiar.
No. It sounds like it's a retake on the Calamity Jane stories from the West.
Those sound vaguely familiar, but I've never read them.
Welcome to 1876 and a rootin' tootin' America bursting with gunslingers, outlaws, and Garou. I don't know what that is. Jane Calamity, and she hunts Garous when she's not starring in Wild Bill's traveling show. And so there's a bunch of people. Frank, he's the Pistol Prince Butler, Wild West #1 bachelor, and Annie, yup, Annie, so that must be Annie Oakley. And now they have a situation on their hands. So maybe a little bit Deadwoody, a little bit historical fiction, a little
Are the
bit...
Garus like supernatural beings? Are they trying to add that in there?
I don't know.
Okay,
Oh, wait, she gets a suspicious bite on her arm. Oh, and maybe there's a Garu cure. So maybe you're right. Read it and tell us.
they can do whatever they want, right? They're the writers. They can add whatever they want to the story. So
It's interesting, 3 writers. That's kind of cool.
The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. Says never steal from a thief. Oh, France, 1829.
Another historical fantasy.
Failed revolution. Nobility rule from behind the safety of their palace walls. A member of the Thieves Guild. Crown Prince. Assassins. Passion, vengeance. City's dark underbelly. I feel like those are really all you need to know. If those interest you, you should read it, right?
The author's name is Kester. I love that. I have a friend named Kester, and it's not a name you see a lot. So, okay. Ooh, Felix Ever After, and this is by Kacen Callender. This won some award. Oh, the authors won awards: Stonewall and Lambda Award winners. So this is in the LGBTQIA realm. And the author of Red, White, and Royal Blue has a quote here on the front. It says, "A firecracker of a book." I just love the cover.
I do. I like the colors.
Yeah. So Felix Love has never been in love, and yes, he's painfully aware of the irony. Let's see. He desperately wants to know what it's like and why it's so easy for everyone but him to find someone. So he's also proud of his identity, but he's also scared. He's one too many marginalizations, Black, queer, and transgender, to ever get his own happily ever after. Then he starts getting anonymous transphobic messages, which is really awful, landing him. What he didn't count on is that it lands him in a quasi-love triangle, but he navigates his complicated feelings and begins a journey of questioning and self-discovery. So it's honest, layered story of identity, falling in love, and recognizing the love you deserve.
Sounds like it's much needed.
Yeah, really great. I'm gonna put this on my list.
Okay, I only have one book left. It's A Song of Wraiths and Ruin.
Ooh,
this is such a nice cover.
Who's the author on that one? That is nice.
This is Roseanne A. Brown, and it's kind of hard to see because the whole cover is a little bit dark. But she royalty, yeah, Crown Princess of Zaran. So something about the Solstasia festival as a chance to escape his war-stricken home and start a new life with his sisters in a prosperous desert city. Ooh, but there's a vengeful spirit that abducts his younger sister. So it's like royalty, but also some supernatural stuff. A lot of adventure, action, ancient evils. Sounds cool.
Nice. Well, I have 2 more, so I guess I'll just do those 2. Well, this looks like a nice romance, my guess. Stay Gold, Stay Cool, Stay Strong, Stay You by Tobly McSmith. The mission is simple. Walk across the cement pathway that splits the school lawn, up the cement stairs, and through the big red doors into the school. For anyone else, this wouldn't be a big deal, but new kid has a secret to keep. A secret so big that it makes the regular things like walking past a mob of students feel like the hardest thing he has ever done. So that's Pony. They're talking about a kid named Pony. And then Georgia, who's a cheerleader, also trying to keep a low profile, and they meet.
It looks kind of lighthearted. Like, I wonder if that's how the story is, or that's just how the cover.
It does say funny and poignant, clear-eyed, and hopeful. It's nice. It's nice to find some hopeful books these days.
Yeah.
And it's about finding love and also finding yourself. So cool. Yeah. All right, and then my last one, The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. So this also is in the LGBTQIA realm, and this looks great. So this is a book about being free, it says. Michael is a mixed-race gay teen growing up in London. He's navigated what it means to be Greek Cypriot?
From Cyprus?
Cyprus, it must be, and Jamaican, but never quite feeling Greek or Black enough. As he gets older, Michael's coming out is only the start of learning who he is and where he fits in. When he discovers the drag society, he finally finds where he belongs, and the Black Flamingo is born. Told with raw honesty, insight, and lyricism, this debut from acclaimed poet Dean Atta explores the layers of identity that makes us who we are and allows us to shine. So it's a book in verse. It's kind of cool. It's set in sort of a different space than we're used to. We read a lot of books set in America. And so I think this could be really interesting, kind of exploring a different realm.
Great.
That's it.
That's it for our teen books.
Great.